welcome back to my channel. I have an awesome headache right now, so I'm gonna power through. This book. Okay. The Girl He Used to Know. I'm not even sure how I found this book. Probably on some list. It wasn't like I've seen it everywhere, I don't think. Maybe I have. I don't know. I have a lot of books on my list, so it's possible. This book was published last year, and it's probably one of my favorite books that I've read this year. So I read it very quickly, 2 days actually, and it's, how many pages is it? 291 pages. So I read it fairly fast, and it's not a hard read, so that makes it nice too. Okay, so the book, it has 2 different timelines. Yay. 1991 when they are in college, and 2001, 10 years later, obviously. So it follows Annika and Jonathan, and they are very different. Annika has undiagnosed autism, but you see it in like her mannerisms and her perspective. So she's not great in crowds. She can't read people's facial expressions. She's very particular about her clothes. Like, she wants very loose fitting things, nothing scratchy. She wears clothes that are like 4 times too big for her. She doesn't like shoes necessarily or socks, so she'll go into places and not have shoes on. She has trouble understanding sarcasm, and then of course she has absolutely no filter whatsoever. She says what's on her mind, and then she'll say things like, I don't understand why you're mad at me. I don't understand why you're mad at me, right? So then there's Jonathan, and they meet in college, and they're together for a little bit, but then they break up, and we don't know why they break up, right? So they don't tell us. She doesn't tell us until towards the end of the book. So it keeps going back and forth from 1991 to 2001. So then in 2001, they reunite. They see each other randomly in a city. It takes place in Chicago, and they start dating, quote unquote, but they don't talk about the thing that happened, like why they broke up. So we end up finding out towards the end of the book, but the ending was really good. The whole time I'm like, why is this set in 2001? Why is this set in 1991? I could not figure it out for the life of me. You'll find out at the end of the book. So I loved these characters. Like, at first I was a little like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. Because it does say, like, in the synopsis that she is anxious in social situations. She's not sure about a lot of things. She doesn't say, like, oh, she has autism. But you kind of gather that as it goes. And I ended up really enjoying that part. I loved having that perspective. So, like, a lot of her quirks I can't personally relate to, but I felt like I really understood her. And I loved that the author would explain why Annika was having these thoughts or feelings, and it was a great insight to how a person with autism thinks and feels. And I loved, that was probably my favorite part about the book. I don't think I've ever read something quite like that, so I really enjoyed that. And then, like I said, Annika doesn't know that she has autism until towards the end, but she just, like, doesn't fit in. Like, she says she doesn't fit in. She says it's like everyone else has a rule book, and they're giving, like, they have everything that they need except her. So she'll walk into a situation and she can't figure it out. It's like she'll mimic people's behaviors and words, trying to figure out, like, what is acceptable and appropriate. So yeah, I felt like I really was able to connect with both of these characters. Like I said, I loved Annika, but I also really like Jonathan too, because how he is with her is just touching, is probably the word. He knows that, like, something's going on, and he like protects her from that. So like when they go out to, I think like a restaurant or something, he has her sit in a very specific place, so she's like right against the wall, but then he is like in front of her so she can see what's around her, but nothing's gonna come up behind her. Like little things like that. It was very very loving and very adorable, but very what's the word I'm looking for? Very like thoughtful, particular, like those sorts of things. So yeah, this is one of the best books I've read this year, so I was impressed. I don't think I know anyone else that's read it, so that's why I'm not really sure how I found it, but you know, it is what it is, so it's all good. So if you read it, please let me know. I want to talk about it. I haven't talked about it with anyone else. I read it in 2 days, no joke. I started it, what is today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, I started on Tuesday on an afternoon, like literally 2 days ago. I started it Tuesday afternoon. Finished it yesterday afternoon. That's all it is. Okay, so if you like my video, please like and subscribe and share with all your friends. Yes? Okay. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.